Hello everyone, welcome back to the Zeus Developer channel. Today, I'd like us to talk about authentication. The thing is, authentication is a critical component in a software. Alright, be it a web app, a mobile app, be it a desktop app. Especially if that software is meant for others and not just for you. People need to sign in. Alright. And authentication gets tricky and complex when you have to do role-based access control. But the thing is, there are many services out there doing this authentication. What if you should just focus on your core business and let these services, other services, manage your authentication, right? That's what AWS Cognito offers you. AWS Cognito, Amazon Cognito rather, gives you an authentication service basically, right? So you could add their authentication service to your application, be it a Java, a Python, a Go, a Node. So today we just want to see how we can integrate Amazon Cognito, right, to a simple Express app, to provide authentication and authorization, right? So I've already set up a simple Express app. Let's look at this. Very simple. For now, just it's a single endpoint. That's for the index routes. Let's start this. I'm using NodeMon. npm start run dev. So it started at port 8000 as specified here. So if we go to this, all right, so that is our index route, so everything is good. All right, so let's quickly create so to use authentication in AWS Cognito, you will need to create a user pool and a client. All right, so let's quickly do that. So to get to Cognito, all you need to do is log into your AWS account and search for Cognito here in the search bar, and you should get to this place just as you can see here. So let's go to user pools and create a new user pool. I tried before and I found out that mobile app works better for me. A traditional app will create a client secret, which you don't need. So just choose a mobile app and it will create a client app without a client secret. All right, so we're using email, right? We're using email as the identifier for signing in, email and password, right? So email will represent your username. All right, so what attributes would they need, what fields, right, would they need to sign up? For signing up, let's make it simple, just email and maybe name. No need for too many fields, just email, name, password, and then you're in. So let's create directory here. Alrighty, so at this point now we have two values, right? User pool ID and the client ID. We need that's all we need, to work with in our application. So how do we get those values? If you come back here to user pools, this is a new user pool you've created, and this is the ID you see here. Right? Maybe I need to increase this a bit. So I'm going to copy this and create an environment variable. We've already created an environment variable, but without a value. So Cognito user pool ID. Where is it? I'm pasting this. Let's go get the client ID. So if you go in here to the user pool, you can now get to the client. So come here to our clients. Now this is the client, this is the ID. So copy it. Let's go back to our app. Let's paste. All right, so we have the values we need. So now we're using Node, of course. So we need to install a Node package. The package, it's Amazon Cognito Identity.js. That's the package. All right, so I think I've installed it already. All right, so that's installed. So quickly, we're going to create a separate file to create the functions with this package. So let's create a Cognito file, cognito.ts. First of all, we're going to import several functions from that package, and the package is what again? Yep. So we have Cognito user pool. What else do we have here? We'll need these two. All right, let's create our first function. So our first function, it's a sign up function. It's going to need the user pool. So let's create the user pool. So user pool. So user pool will need user pool ID, which we'll pick from the environment variable dot this guy here, and client ID. All right. Oh, what did I do here? TypeScript is going to yell at me, so let me quickly do this to future proof this. All right, so with this user pool, I can now create my sign-in function. So I'm going to my sign-in function is going to take, what this is going to take? It's going to take email, name, and password. TypeScript bugging me about. Good. Okay. All right, so in this function, we're going to now call the sign-in function from user pool. All right, we'll use a promise to do that. So let's return new promise. What did I do here? So we're going to call user pool dot sign up, and this guy is going to take like 5 things. It's going to take email, going to take password, it's going to take attribute list, an empty array, and then a callback. All right, so we need to create attribute list. But let's finish with the body of the function, the callback. So if we have an error, just return error. Oh, sorry, just reject. Maybe we'll pass error. Oh, this is good. Otherwise, pass. We're calling resolve with results. All right. In here, let's create attribute list. Attribute list is an array of, you're going to format the attributes, right, that we've indicated, the email name and just email name. Password you don't need to do anything about, right? So we're newing up right, so this guy that we imported here, attributes, so the first attribute, what's the name? The name is, we said email before name. This is the format. What's the value? The value is the email that was passed to this function. That's the first attribute. So that's first item of the list. Second attribute, the same thing. Let's just copy paste this. All right, so second attribute, what's the name of the attribute? Is name. And what's the value here? The value is this guy, right? So we're good with this, so we can import this function in our routes and work with it. So if we go back to this guy, see, we have already created the blueprint of the function. All right, it's a post function. This is the route sign up. All right, so let's write the body of the function. So in here, we're going to now call this guy, this function that we have in this file. All right, so we're using try cache here. So we're just going to result equals to await this function sign up. We call this sign in. It's supposed to be sign up. Not automatically import it. Oh, awesome. So we said we're passing what and what. 1, 2, 3. Let's grab these guys. So we're going to get them from the body of the request. So let's destructure them. Remove these guys. So now we can safely pass this. All right, and then we can do a response with a status, of course. If everything is okay, let's pass a status of 200, and then and pass the result as message. If that try fails, this catch will catch the error, and let's also 401, right? And what are we saying here? We're saying error, basically. So error is error. This should be good, I guess, for sign up. So basically there are 3 more endpoints, right? We need to, or routes rather, we need to write. So the sign up, and then there's a confirm, and then there's sign in, and then we'll write a protected route to check everything, right? So what we've just done is just signed up. So but we'll try this before we proceed further to confirm. So I think this should be good. Let's quickly what's going on here? Oh, we imported this guy, but we don't have a tool to process this. So devenv is not imported here. I think we have it here. Let's just copy this and this to this file. Now we should be fine. Yep. So let's go call this endpoint, this route, and see if things are good. All right, so I have an API tool here. In this endpoint, I'm just going to paste the route and copy everything here. Get the post request. All right, and it's going to take what? A JSON body of name John, of course. Email, we need a real email. All right, and Cognito at mailinator.com. We forgot the key. What am I doing? All right, and lastly, password. What's the password we're going to use? Anything. Oh, but I think it has a format. Let me copy a password I've used before that I know would work. All right, let's see if we did everything right. I think we did. If everything is good, that means we must have received a mail in this place. So let's go here. Oh, just now, look at that. So they've sent a confirmation code. Right, so now we'll proceed to writing the next route, which is confirm. And so confirm, we're also going to write a function here and export it. Right, again, what is this? We're exporting. Let's just call it confirm. We need confirm. We just need email and code. email and code. Oh, TypeScript, please leave me alone. All right, what do we need here? We need to call another guy here. We need to bring in another guy, Cognito user. Right? So Cognito user has a confirm registration method. So this method I will take the code, and then it will take a boolean and then a callback. Oh, I'm making a mistake. So I need to create an instance of this Cognito user first. So Cognito user is equals to new Cognito user, which takes user name and the pool, right? Username, we're using email for username, right? And then pool, we'll need the user pool that we created earlier. All right, so this guy is where we're going to get this method from. All right, so again, we're supposed to put this in a promise. So new promise right, then I'm going to bring this bit in. Right, so here, if there's an error, we're just going to return, or we're just going to reject and pass error. Otherwise, we're going to call resolve and pass results. So I think we should be good on confirm. At least the function. Now we need to create the route, the endpoint, and call this guy. So let's copy it here. Let's come here to our confirm endpoint. Almost the same thing, yeah? So we're going to need email and code, right? The code that will be mailed to you. We're going to get it from the request body, email and code. And then we'll do a try cache like we did for sign up. So it's an async function. We're going to, I'm just going to copy and paste, man. Copy this entire thing here and paste, and then maybe adjust some things. Confirm. Have we imported it? No. Yep. Now we've imported it here. So we're going to, everything goes well, same way, status 200, we're going to just pass the result. There's an error, we're going to return the error as well with 401. So this is good. Where is my terminal? All right. So we're just going to call this endpoint now and pass email and code. Hope that code hasn't expired though. So let's copy this guy, create a new tab. It's also a post, it's called confirm, and we're passing email. What was the email again? And then code. Code is here. If we're fast enough, email is here. Let's see. Yeah, success. So it's been confirmed. So if you go to your user pool, right, and you check your users, you should see that user we created and it's been confirmed. Before we hit this endpoint now, it should be unconfirmed, and then you confirm it so you can now use it for login. Right, so the next thing we need to do is login or sign in. So again, come here, we'll create the sign in function, export sign in. What does it take? I'm going to copy some things again. Sign in should take just email and password, of course. You're not using name to sign in. So I'm going to remove this bit. All right, again, you need this Cognito user to sign in. All right, so we're going to bring this guy because you're going to create a new instance. So we have this. Now we have Cognito user dot, I think it's authenticate user. Good. Authenticate user is the method. Why do I always forget to put all of this in a promise? Return new promise. Resolve reject. Alright, so what does it take again? I would have to check. Authenticate user takes user data. It takes authentication details and an object. So there's another model we need to import from this place. Authenticate details. That's been added here. Awesome. This guy. So it takes user and password basically. So username, we're using email as the username, right? And then takes password. We have password as well. So it takes this guy, and then the second argument, it's an object of on success, which is a function resolve this guy. Hope I'm not missing anything. A second thing here is on failure. We're just going to pass reject. All right, I think we're good. So we'll call this function again. We'll call it in an endpoint and pass username and password. Again, let's copy these guys. All right, it's already here. So we need what and what. Yes, and then try cache as always. I think this is pretty much it. All right, so I think we're good. So let's hit this sign in and pass username and password. So sign in. Where is our API tool? Create a new tab. Again, it's a post request. Let's go and grab this object here. It's a JSON. We can now remove name. So if everything works, we're going to get a lot of tokens. They're saying what? Expired code exception. What has expired? The account has been confirmed already. Why am I getting expired? Hold on. What did we do wrong here? Oh my god, look at this. We're calling confirming this route instead of signing. Yep. So imported from this file here, imported all three functions. All right, so we should be good. Let's go back and hit it again. Yeah. We have our sign in, and look at all of the data they return to us. Now, of course, to now authorize your protected endpoint, right? You need to now call those endpoint, passing in your token. All right, guys. So you've seen we don't sign up, and confirming the registration and then signing in. All right, and then this video is already too long, so in a subsequent video we're going to now do a protected route where you can now call endpoint with a token you got from signing in. Right, so thank you all very much, and I hope you've learned something. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.